Hello, guys. I'm back.
Hi.
Hey, Mama. Welcome, everybody. Got a really exciting show. Super excited to hang out with my mama friend, part of my mama tribe, Miss Jamelle Ryan.
Hi.
Got you up there on the screen. Ooh, and I'm so jealous of where you are in your backyard.
Yeah, it's nice out here.
Yes, I know. I'm inside and pretty much you'll probably see the glow that'll happen here shortly. But yeah, super jealous of your background there. But welcome, everybody. This is Mama Trap After Dark. We have a theme song, which I'm still trying to get my husband to put the background music to, but it's in the making. And this is All Things Crunchy. And I say I'm back because I had to reschedule the last show because of an emergency that we had. So the show with Dr. Goshensky, prebiotics and probiotics, we have rescheduled for October the 9th, so don't miss out on that. And I think once I can get myself a little more together, I will share with you all about my little emergency that happened, because I think it will also be something that'll be worth sharing. My show here, All Things Crunchy, is my journey to all things crunchy. And I don't really claim to be the super of crunchy. I am learning and I just want to know more. And so I'm super excited to have you on, Mama Jamelle, tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally. Because I know that, we share the same passion for the learning about, anything that we can do to make our lives more natural, more holistic, more crunchy. And so
Less toxic.
less toxic, exactly. And just like this is the kind of the premise of my show, and what I want to get out there to everybody through my journey. You have kind of the same journey. So what we're talking about tonight is your journey. And I will introduce you formally now. Jamelle Ryan, who is the owner of A Wholesome Home, and which is a baby-inspired company, mama-owned by herself. And you are into providing the holistic approach to self-care. And I love that, because self-care is like so important. And I didn't know it for a long time until I really figured it out. And now I'm like pushing self-care on people. But I love that because it's the approach to self-care in a small batch. So we're not having huge unions and companies putting this together. This is, very home-based, organically handcrafted. I love that. And basically body care, things that we put on our body, things that we're putting on our children's bodies. So, this is your journey to changing that and making your business and all these wonderful products that we're going to talk a ton about. But you also have been a volunteer for a while now, right? Through the Holistic Moms Network here in San Diego, like northern chapter, is that what you call it?
It's technically the North County Coastal chapter of the Holistic Moms Network. And February will be 4 years.
My gosh. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. So that's, any volunteer work usually takes a lot of time anyway, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you and we'll talk more about, I'll ask some questions about your journey, but how you kind of, we'll get into that, but just tell us a little bit about you, what you do, you know, with the Wholesome Home and the Holistic Moms Network. And, you know, we know that it's our children that brought us to all this too. So tell us a little bit about Malia.
Okay, I will. Well, first of all, she's the light of my life. She just turned 4 this past summer, so I officially have a preschooler on my hands. But yeah, my name is Jamelle, and I am the creator and the formulator of A Wholesome Home. It is a home-based business. I actually have a workshop in my garage, and I also use my own kitchen to make all of these lovely goodies. And I'm married. I live up in North County, San Diego, in Vista. And I have, over the last few years, really entrenched myself in the natural living community here in San Diego. And I've just been meeting people and learning as much as I possibly can about natural living. And it's been such a fun journey. I have learned so much, and I am excited to learn so much more. I'm always learning. So,
yes.
But yeah, I run my business out of my home, and then I do volunteer for the Holistic Moms Network. That's a wonderful organization. They're actually a national nonprofit organization with over 100 chapters across the country.
Oh, wow.
And we get together every month and we talk about all forms of natural living, alternative health, and mindful parenting. And we just share and learn with each other. And it's amazing the kind of topics that I had no clue about, that I had speakers come and really just give us so much amazing information. So like next month, we have a really awesome meeting. We have somebody coming to talk to us about thermography as an alternative to mammograms that's actually supposed to be not only more accurate, but more healthy in the sense that it's less invasive. So if there is any potential disease in the body at the time, it doesn't have the potential to spread it by way of the physical manipulation of the breast. So with a thermal image, you can actually learn just as much, if not more. And then really exciting for November, we have a local permaculture organic gardener guru coming to teach us how to harvest our rainwater and our gray water. And especially since, this winter we're supposed to have just torrential downpour. So hopefully we can harvest some of that downpour and use it to water our gardens and our landscaping.
Oh my gosh, we totally need that. I mean, I think that any place could use to conserve water, but especially now, every time it rains, we're like, oh, thank you. And El Nino is supposed to hit this year big time. So what a good topic to have. And you said this one's in November. You're having this person come out?
Yeah, October is the thermography, and November will be the harvesting rainwater.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, I definitely am going to pick your brain. I know when we had, our meetings and get together and to talk about the show today, the things that the topics that you bring to the Holistic Moms Network are definitely things that are parallel to what I'm doing. So I will be picking your brain about that.
Yeah, feel free. Feel free.
Awesome. So, we do have somebody watching us live right now. So if you're watching us live, you can comment or ask questions by just clicking on I think you click on the little Q&A app. I'm going to bring it up every now and then to see if anybody's commenting or anything. Or I think you can comment if you're watching through Google Plus, and definitely if you're watching through YouTube. So leave us a comment or just say hi. Let us know that you're watching us. I'll be checking that throughout the show, and we have a couple viewers now. So hello. Yay. And thank you for watching live. We're so excited. I know I invite like everybody that I know, and I saw that you invited people.
Everybody I know.
Yeah. So we're like, hey, come on in and let us know who you are that's watching us. So So what I wanted to start with, Jamelle, was really, when we talked about the show, and I learned a little bit about your journey, it really did start for you before you had Malia.
Way before.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about that, just a little bit of your history. Because for me, things really didn't click to, change what's going on in my body and the food that's going in my body and everything that, that I was coming in contact with really didn't hit home until I actually had a baby in my belly. And once I birthed the baby, so I think it's so cool that this kind of started before you had Malia, and that's in my mind kind of setting you up for a really healthy pregnancy, healthy birth, healthy, everything that goes along with that. So if you want to just give a little history about how you kind of came across this alternative, holistic, crunchy, hippie lifestyle.
Yeah, I would love to. And it's interesting, as I was thinking back, really, when was I first exposed to this type of lifestyle? And I think my first real exposure to anything not mainstream was watching my mom in my own kitchen as I was growing up.
Nice.
She was amazing. She was all about whole food based cooking. I mean, she wasn't organically cooking and, sourcing local ingredients per se, but I do know that she didn't do packaged food, and she also, we never had like soda and chips and candy around the house. Like, she made everything from scratch. And another thing that I'm just so incredibly grateful for is she sent us away to school every day with a hot breakfast. Like, we never had a box of cereal in our house. And so growing up and watching her make these meals for us, and then we have this big family joke that my brother or I would open the refrigerator and be like, there's nothing to eat. And like 15 minutes later, voila, my mom would like whip up something just amazing for us for a snack or for whatever meal it was. So just learning how to watch her make something from nothing. What I thought was nothing as a kid, looking in the fridge and then, having her just make these delicious meals for us. That was really like my first, I think, healthy visualization of food.
Yeah.
Which has played such a huge role for me today.
Yeah.
And then as I grew up, and I, got to high school and like my early 20s, I met a few different friends and their families who were very natural and holistic and hippie. And God love them, because that was my first exposure to hearing what a home birth was, or breastfeeding, or, and those little nuggets of information obviously weren't appropriate for me at the time. So I just kind of tucked them away into, back of my mind until I was ready to bring them back forward. But I also learned about, natural medicine and learning how to use your food as medicine. And that was a really neat concept for me to kind of learn about and see another family living that way. And then of course it goes back to food. I met a couple more friends.
that I love about it. When we talked about it, it's like, I am a foodie, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome, because that's one of the things I wish would have clicked way before having a baby, is like the food aspect. So I love that.
Yeah, it's major. It's the biggest part of, I think, our health, at least for my family, it is. And so, I met a couple friends who were actually professionally trained chefs. And I love to cook just from watching my mom in the kitchen. And so then I meet these new people that actually are trained chefs, and they teach me about all kinds of exotic ingredients and things I'd never heard of, and techniques and this and that. And so in our early 20s, we were making these glorious feasts in our apartments. And, it was just really so much fun. So, then I got a job working for a local flower grower. And that was my first exposure to botanicals. I learned everything under the sun about so many different plants and flowers, a lot of them being local. And then I started researching on my own the medicinal properties, because I learned, of course, it was back to food. I learned how many of these flowers that I was selling for wedding designers that were actually things that were in my kitchen. And so that was really interesting to me, just to have the crossover of the botanical world and then the kitchen and just health in general. So, and then of course I got pregnant. And once I got pregnant, my whole world changed. I mean, I reevaluated every single item in my pantry, in my medicine cabinet, in our cleaning supplies. I mean, everything changed for me. And that's when I really started reading ingredients and realizing, wait a second, if I can't pronounce it, I don't want it in my house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Big time. Yep. That's definitely the way that my journey went. I was like, oh my gosh, now I have this baby, and oh, you know, the lotion that I'm putting on my body when I'm pregnant, and like all of a sudden it was just like, holy shit. Like you said, you know, opening up the cabinet going, yeah, no. And then looking on the back, like really reading labels and like going, I have no idea how to frickin' pronounce this. So yeah. So before we get into kind of the products, because that's what I mean, this is what your life is pretty much based around right now, is, you know, these products, and you have a family member or you have a need, and then you just create these products, and it's like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that, and I just do not have the time. So I'm so thankful for someone like you. Or, you know, like I probably do have the time, but maybe not the passion to do it, or the know-how. So I'm very thankful for you. So what I have up here too is just so you guys know, and if you're watching us live, which we have a couple viewers, so thank you for watching us live. It should show up on the right hand side. It's called a showcase app, and I put in Jamelle's Etsy page and her Facebook page, so you can just click right on it at any time that you want to, or like I have right now, the web page for her Etsy page as my lower third, so you can write it down and visit it later, because this is where all of her products are going to be able to be purchased. And of course, check her out on Facebook, because she has lots of awesome posts. And then you're always giving away like a code to get something for free shipping, or get a certain amount off, or this or that. So definitely check out the Facebook page for that, because there's always some deals going on. So you got pregnant, and that changed things. Having Malia changed things. You know, I mean, I know the answer to this, but let's just tell our viewers why did you make these changes? You know, what was what made you, you know, really think? Like, I know that we talked about you being in the floral industry, and that you wanted to actually change what you were doing because you didn't want to be around all these toxins.
Yeah, and a big thing for me was, a part of my regular job at the floral company was to actually walk the garden, walk the roses. And I would have to walk through, you know, these greenhouses full of roses that, you know, they're not grown organically. They use an intense amount of chemicals in the floral industry. And once I was pregnant, I realized, showing up to the farm, wait a second, I can't go in there. I mean, I'm newly pregnant, and I can't go, even though they have the windows open and everything's, you know, supposedly cleared out at that time. I just didn't even want to be exposed to any residual nothing. And so that's really when I started thinking about, you know, the baby products. I mean, not only was I already reassessing my own products, what I was using in my own bathroom and what my husband was using, but I also was, you know, doing a registry for my baby shower, and realizing, like, all these products that I was registering for, wait a second, I don't even think I want these. Yeah. And it was really interesting, because I I found that there wasn't really a lot of options as far as being truly organic or truly non-toxic. And there's a lot of stuff out there that's deemed safe for children, but as we all know, that's kind of a load of crap.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It really made me think twice, and thinking to myself, well, wait a second, like, I don't feel like this should be too difficult to make, so let me just look into it. And sure enough, as I came upon a need, I would just try to recreate that product in a non-toxic way. And then I would also test it out on myself for, a couple of months before releasing a product on my Etsy shop.
Yeah.
So I am my own guinea pig.
Nice. Well, it's when you were talking there, though, it's really, for me, I like to control what my family eats. So I buy whole foods, and we have a little garden. We don't get too much out of it, but I love it when we're growing our own foods. So that it's like a control type of thing. So I can understand that aspect with the products too, because it's like, I don't, you can read a label and, just kind of pass up some of the ingredients. But that's the thing, is we don't pass up some of the ingredients. We're looking at it like, no, I don't want this. And so same thing with food. Just being really controlling about where we get our food from, and that, I'm putting it together for my family, and I know, and it gives me comfort to know that, I know where it came from. I know who made it. I know what's in it or what's not in it,
Right.
So I totally get that. There's obviously a lot of things that I'm right in line with you on, because we're friends.
Yeah, definitely. Another major thing for me too was that everything that I found on the store shelves was chock full of preservatives.
Yes.
And that was where I was finding the most difficulty pronouncing some of these things.
Yes.
And some of these ingredients. And so I realized, well, wait a second, if I just make small batches and I make it with the best ingredients, then there should be no need to preserve it, because it's not like I want it sitting in my medicine cabinet next year or 2 years down the road. Like, the products that I make, I intend on using immediately and using it up, and then getting another, another tube or another bottle of it. So, that was where I really thought, well, wait a second, I think this is manageable. I think I can do this, because I don't need to put a bunch of preservatives and toxic, ingredients in there just to keep it on a shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about where you started. So I know, we looked at our medicine cabinets and we're like, crap, we're going to have to figure something out for everything that we use there. But what was the first product that you really made a change with and made on your own?
The very first thing that I made was Malia's cloth diaper wipes concentrate. And it's called my Happy Hiney cloth wipes concentrate. And it's so funny because the term Hiney has been used in my family forever. We're always referencing Heinies of all sorts in our family. So it was really neat, my husband and I, we did cloth diapers with Malia for her first year, and we were amazed. I made this cloth wipe concentrate, and I swear she never had a diaper rash because of it. I mean, I think it was not only of the organic cotton diapers that were next to her precious skin, but also that we were cleaning her with such a nice product.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we went on vacation when she was almost 11 months old. We went to Spain, actually, and we were gone for 30 days. It was the most amazing trip. And there was no way I was going to bring cloth diapers across the pond to Spain. So we agreed to use conventional diapers over there, and she ended up getting the worst diaper rash of her life. It was terrible. And so we came home with the diaper rash, and that's when I made my second product, the Baby Booty Butter, which is a cloth diaper safe diaper ointment.
Nice. That's always awesome to have. I cloth diapered with Jay too. And, a lot of these products out there, they will ruin your diapers that you're spending a lot of money on, but, you know, reusing them over time, you really aren't spending as much as you would on disposable diapers. But yes, I totally, you know, we cloth diaper too, like I said, and I made my own wipe solution, just, you know, with essential oils and water, and oh God, it was so long ago now, I can't even remember what I did, but I, you know, the same thing that now I would just buy it from you. I wouldn't even have to do it myself. And you know, there was definitely a difference when you are using something that is produced, you know, a product made, versus, you know, using the item, you know, stuff that you just have, like you said, in your kitchen. It's just definitely a huge difference that you can notice, obviously, on your children. And notice when you don't have it on your children, how, you know, how crazy and toxic that it can be. And I just have to say, when I checked out your Etsy shop, the names of your products are friggin' awesome.
Thank you.
I circled a few of them because I just had to like name them out. Da Bomb Diggity. Yeah, love that. I totally agree with the Happy Hiney and the Baby Booty. I mean, the Baby Booty butter. It's like, those are, I mean, I have a nickname for my son actually that is Booty, and it came from another name. So it's kind of come down the line of something that totally isn't that, but so we use that a lot. Yeah, so the names are awesome. You know, just things that we use in every day when you're a mama. And so I love that. That's
Thank
very
you.
Good marketing. Little catchy names there. So we got the cloth wipe solution and the cloth diaper booty cream, and obviously, I mean, these are things too that you know, the wipe solution you're using a lot, but you know, if you use cloth diapers and you're having the solution, you probably didn't need to use the booty cream very much, but it came in handy when you needed to.
Yeah, and actually it was really interesting. So we got home from our vacation, and I had been gifted probably 4 or 5 different jars of diaper ointment for our baby shower. And they had literally, none of them had been opened. And by this time, she was almost a year old when we got home. And so, you know, we come home with this terrible diaper rash, and we start opening up jars of diaper ointment, and nothing is touching this diaper rash. It was terrible. And it's so sad when you see your baby like in pain like that and uncomfortable, and it's just dreadful. So that's when I made the booty butter. And it was so funny. I remember to this day Matt calling me from her bedroom, which is essentially a changing table because she slept with us. It was a changing table and a storage unit was her bedroom. So I remember him calling from me, you know, where's that booty stuff that you made? None of this crap is working, you know. So
that's awesome.
Noticed right away, which was, you know, pretty remarkable.
Yes. Okay, so there are, well, let me just say that there are 26 items on Jamelle's Etsy shop, A Wholesome Home, and you know, we're just highlighting a few of these. You've got to go and check them out because, you know, there's things in there, and I want to skip from the medicine cabinet to the birth, but when we go back to the medicine cabinet, I mean, pretty much like I have to show my husband these because I want to be like, okay, this is what I want to get next time, you know, next time we're in a need. But there's a few birth, under the birth category, but the perineal spray, oh my gosh, if you are going to have a baby or have had a baby, because it's something that you would use after, right? Okay.
Before, during, and after.
Before, during, and after. Oh my gosh, so awesome. I actually still like think fondly about my sitz bath, and I actually loved going to the bathroom after having my son because I got to do the sitz bath and it felt so good, and you know, just that little perineum bottle and, you know, squeeze it out of
Yeah.
there. But this sounds awesome. Like a perineum spray. I mean, you can like, this is like travel, right? You can take this with you.
Yes, absolutely. And the beauty of this product is its versatility. So I usually recommend about 34 weeks pregnancy to start using it with perineum massage. And that's going to
Okay.
help increase elasticity, and it's going to get you ready for labor and delivery.
Nice.
And then during actually the pushing stage, you can use it to help lubricate and push the baby out. So you can spray
Yeah.
it directly on your perineum, and you know, or your partner, or the nurse, or your doula, or anybody like that can,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
your midwife, or anybody.
Whoever you
Whoever's
want
there
to
with
just
you.
get down into your vagina.
Yep, exactly. And then postpartum, it is a wonderful perennial healing spray. So,
Nice.
and it comes in a spray bottle, so it's very easy access. And I even ended up with a belly birth, so I used it to heal my incision as well. So
Nice.
whether or not you have a vaginal birth or a belly birth, you can still
Oh,
use it. So
I
it's a
like
really,
that. I've never really
yeah.
heard of it being called that. I like that, belly
Yeah,
birth.
it's a nicer way of saying it, you know.
I like that. See, you learned something new. Another crunchy term I didn't know
Yep.
about. Very cool. No, I love that. And like I said, I definitely still think fondly of my sitz bath and my
Yeah.
spray. And okay, so nipple butter.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
talk about that just a little bit because, you know, I definitely breastfed. I'm still breastfeeding. Yes, he's 4. But so thank you, Mama. Yeah, we have a good relationship. You know, that's what I'll just
Yeah.
say. Like, he respects me. I respect him. You know, my best friend asked me the other day, when are you going to get him off the boob? And I'm like, I have no idea. Really don't know.
When he's ready.
Yep. And he's gonna tell me. He'd like, just like he does with everything else.
Yeah.
But so is this now nipple butter, you know, you're breastfeeding, so the baby's on your boob. So when do you use this? I mean, I know the answer, but let's tell the rest of our viewers.
Yeah, so the Bosom Balsam, it's a wonderful product.
Cool.
And the best part about it is it's completely edible and safe for the babe.
Nice.
So I really like to recommend, especially in the first few weeks of nursing, your first time nursing especially can be really tough, and it can
Yeah.
be painful, and you can get torn up and chapped and cracked open, and we've all experienced it.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to be able to put it on, and then you can nurse right on top of it. And then you can also put it on right after the baby, you know, detaches. So it will help heal your skin on your nipples even while you're breastfeeding. And as
Awesome.
we know too, breastfeeding in the first few months, I feel like I was just constantly breastfeeding. I mean, she would
Mm-hmm.
breastfeed every 2 hours for like 45 minutes. So it
Mm-hmm.
was constant. And so I was really getting chapped, and it was very painful in the very first few weeks until my body got used to the sucking and the
Right.
moisture and everything like that. So the balm, or the Bosom Balsam, really helps keep the skin healing constantly.
Yeah,
So
and I think that people think too that you need to like dry it out, but actually moisturizing, you know, is a little bit more helpful. And I'm right along there with you. Like, I remember texting my midwife or calling her and just being like, I just nursed my baby and he's crying, and do I just nurse him again? Like, we were
right,
pretty much on the boob all the
yeah,
time. So yeah,
yeah,
just something like that. And you know, we've had plenty of breastfeeding shows, you know, where you know, there's always a little bit of pain, especially for a new mom in the beginning. It's definitely not supposed to be like excruciating through the whole time, but you know,
right,
that first latch on, you know, especially after you're doing it for hours and hours and hours. But, you know, it's just like birth. Like after you have your baby, then all of a sudden you forget about the hours and almost days of challenging feelings that you went through, let's just say. Yeah. So very cool. Well, I love that. That it will definitely be something if we are blessed with a baby in the future. Then I have a lot of things that I actually want on my wish list through your shop. So yes. So I want to go back to the you know, what I would find in my medicine cabinet when I was looking on your Etsy shop. You know, I know that you have certain names for these things because of I don't know, the wording you have to have, which that's one of the things I love. I think the names for your products are awesome. So yeah, and actually I use deodorant on a kind of an occasion. I don't really use it anymore on a daily basis. So sorry to those who are around me and think I need to use it more, but that's one thing, you know, that I found on your Etsy shop that I don't know, man. I know a lot of people that make their own deodorant, and I wish I had that like knack, but I just don't. So thank you for doing it for us.
You're welcome.
And let's see. So what I'm trying to find actually in my notes here, so this is the Fresh Funk.
Right.
Magnesium oil spray. And magnesium oil, I just learned about that. That's so awesome. It will actually like reduce the amount of smell that you have over time?
Yeah, and I've actually noticed, I don't know if over time it will reduce the smell, but I've actually noticed that if I forgot to put on deodorant and then I smell myself, and then I go to my bathroom and I give a couple spritz under each arm, it will actually take the smell away.
Nice.
Which is pretty remarkable. Now, this is the thing with magnesium oil, though. Is it affects some people with a very tingly sensation. So if it does affect you like that, a lot of times I like to tell people to take a little bit of coconut oil and put it on top of it, almost to dilute it and push it into your skin. And that way it'll take the tingling away. But I know that my husband and I both use it every day. I have a huge 8-ounce spray bottle in our bathroom because that's both what we use. And it's really great because for a long time, Matt was just using straight coconut oil for his deodorant.
Yeah.
And although it was working for the stink, you know, he works in an office where he wears a button-up shirt every day. And I noticed one day he comes home and I was like, oh goodness, babe, you've got like an oil slick under your armpit on your shirt. So that's when I, you know, asked him if he'd like to try the magnesium, and he did, and he loves it. So we both did it.
So then maybe it actually like takes away like some of the wetness that somebody would have?
It doesn't make you not sweat. And that's the key thing with deodorant is you want to sweat.
Right.
You don't want to use an antiperspirant. Those can be so bad for your body because it's essentially telling your body not to excrete toxins. And that's what our sweat is. And so at least it will help with the smell. You know, it won't do anything about the moisture.
Okay. So. Well, that's good because I've always thought, a long time ago when I used to work out on a regular basis, the teacher that I had was saying the more that you sweat, the healthier that you are. And it makes sense now, to get those things out. We don't want to keep them in. We want to get them out.
Especially in that area of our body right next to our lymph nodes and our breasts and everything.
Yes. And that was a big thing, you know, being a breastfeeding mom, you know, I don't want the smell to come out. I don't want, you know, of the products that I would use. My natural smell, sorry to my son, but you're just going to have to smell that. He doesn't seem to care. So I, you know, it's just one of those things where that's why I just kind of opt out not wearing it these days, but I do on a special occasion. I will put it on. So you know, I have tons of favorite products that I was looking through of yours, but one of the other ones was the Liquid Aloha Environmental Protection Cream, which I actually tried this when we went to the beach. So, and I need to get some, and I keep forgetting because that's just who I am. But it went on really nicely. It smelled good, which I actually really love in like a sun protection. And before I forget, so the Fresh Funk, that's actually a spray.
It is a spray. And let me say one more thing about the magnesium oil spray deodorant is that it's not for broken skin. So if you shave your underarms, you don't want to spray magnesium oil onto freshly shaved skin. It will sting. So, but what I do is when I shave my underarms, I will not use magnesium oil that first day. I'll use like just plain coconut oil, for example, or go without if I'm not going to be out with anybody. And then as soon as day 2, I'm perfectly fine. My skin has healed over enough from shaving the previous day to start using magnesium oil. So just keep that in mind. It's definitely not for broken skin. It will sting.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way with one time I was like, holy crap, I just shaved, and then I put on my my deodorant that I was using, and I was like, oh my God, and I had to like take it off. I learned that the hard way. So that's good advice to give. So we're calling it the Environmental Protection Cream. Yeah, Liquid Aloha. I definitely need to get that. And I think that it is just so hard to find something, you know, like we were needing some sunscreen recently, and we went to Rite Aid, and it was just like, I was standing there for like 10 minutes, seriously, like, I don't want to buy any of these. Like, I don't want to put this on my skin. Luckily, I always, of course, have like a backup for my son of something that, you know, I have researched and that I'm okay with. But, you know, now that I know what you have and everything, that I definitely want to buy your product, because I like stuff that doesn't have like, you know, this laundry list of things in it. Yeah.
And my laundry list of ingredients is virtually edible. So, you know, it may be a long list of ingredients, but the beauty of the Liquid Aloha is that every ingredient that's in it also, well, most of them, I should say, have a natural SPF to them on their own. Yes. So not only do I use ingredients that have the natural SPF to them, but then combined with the non-nano zinc oxide in a certain ratio in the formula, it gives you about, you know, 25 to 30 SPF. Now, I'm not allowed to call it a sunscreen because the FDA won't let me because I don't put it through their wonderful testing.
Yes.
And
wonderful.
Who knows, down the road, I may, you know, go that route so I can put SPF, you know, 25 to 30 on my label. But at this point, I know by way of the percentage of non-nano zinc oxide that it does, you know, it should give the 25 to 30 SPF. And then all the other wonderful ingredients that I use have the natural SPF to them, like shea butter, coconut oil. They both have a natural SPF of 4. Red raspberry seed oil has a natural SPF of about 28 to 30.
Nice.
The essential oils that I use in the formula also are wonderful for sun protection. One of them, myrrh, was used by the ancient Egyptians as a sunscreen. So it's really just amazing to combine all of these awesome ingredients, and you end up getting a sun protection. And it's it's funny. The reason I made it was for Matt, for my husband. He's a surfer and he surfs a few times a week. And he was complaining that even, all of the natural sunscreens that he bought from his beloved surf shop were stinging the crap out of his eyes. So he'd come up from a duck dive and it would go into his eyes and it would sting and he would get pummeled by a wave because he couldn't open his eyes.
Right.
But also for Malia, because when she was born, my little white girl was almost transparent. So I had to put something on her skin to protect her because we are at the beach all the time and out in the sun all the time. And so it was really nice. It's the only sunscreen that my husband will use, and he loves it, and he's a waterman, and it's just so neat that I was able to create something for him. Specifically, he came to me and said, this is what it can't do. It can't sting my eyes. I don't like it when it stays white, so I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost out there. And, I want it to rub in. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So
that's
and it
awesome.
does all those things.
Well, thank you to Matt for putting out his needs because they are a lot of other people's needs too. So that's awesome. And he just had somebody to be able to say, this is what I want. And then you produced it. You're amazing. So Mama Jenna, I don't know if she's still watching us, but she left us a little, I know. Hi, if you're still watching us.
Hi.
She was commenting, I think, when we were talking about nursing, and we were talking about the bosom. I want to say it right. The bosom balsam. Yes. See, I love those names. It's so awesome. She said, "Thank you for saying it like it is, Jamelle. It really can be a struggle to nurse in the beginning days." So, so thank you, Mama Jenna. See, we got our local. Yeah, we got our local mama tribe just hooking it up, trying to support us. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's see. So there's a few of my other favorites in the medicine cabinet that we'll just kind of go over real quick. The insect repellent. Oh my gosh, girl. Seriously?
Bye-bye bugs.
Yeah. Bye-bye bugs, non-toxic insect repellent. I'm sure that it has some sort of essential oil in it, right? What would that be?
A list, a very long list of essential oils. The one thing to know about the bye-bye bugs is that it is approved and safe for use on ages 2+ if you're going to put it directly on the skin. As far as under 2 years of age, I usually recommend to spray the clothing, or if you have your baby in a baby carrier, you can spray the baby carrier. But there's one particular essential oil in there that's not really approved for use under 2 as a topical application. And so even though it's heavily diluted, I still don't feel comfortable saying that it's just straight okay, so if you're under 2, spray the clothing, the hat, the shoes, the socks, the baby carrier. If you're over 2, it's okay to just spray on your skin and rub in, and it works remarkably well. I live up here in Vista, and we live off of a street called Buena Creek Road, so it's like mosquito haven. It's terrible. And we love to eat outside. And so if I honestly do not spray myself down before we come out to eat dinner, I will get tagged like 10 times.
Well, yeah, because you're like organic yumminess.
Right. They smell me from a mile away.
Like, no toxins. This is just all fresh food in here.
Right. Totally. But it was really funny. When I tested this product, we actually went down to Mexico, where, as you know, the mosquitoes are gargantuan. They're like vultures. They're like the size of seagulls down there. But we brought the bottle, and we were down there for 10 days. We used it every single day. Every time we'd leave our room, I would spray all 3 of us down, all over from head to toe, and not a single bite. And then, of course, day 9, we packed up all of our bags to fly out the next morning. Well, I had to pack it inside my luggage because it's a liquid in a larger bottle. So I packed it up in my luggage. Well, we left the hotel that morning just to head out and go to the airport. And I probably got 10, 12 mosquito bites just in those 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Matt says to me, well, at least you know your product works. Thanks, babe.
All these bites are worth it.
Yeah, right? He's like, you should take a picture and show everybody.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really have never been affected by insects before I got kind of like cleaned up my diet and stopped using so many products. So I gotta say that it's probably from the clean diet and everything's clean, and then not using all these other toxins and chemicals on my body. Then of course insects are gonna come to you a little bit more often. So I love that. That's something that we're gonna probably start going camping more since Jay's a little bit older, and that's something that I have to have because I'm not gonna not enjoy myself because I'm getting bit the whole time. We've got a lot of people watching live, so if you're watching live, and I know, I love it. If you have a question, please just write it up, and I got the question and answer little app up, and then if you're wanting to click on to Jamelle's Etsy shop, I've got it up here as my lower third, or you can just click on it through the Showcase app. We've got her Facebook page and her Etsy shop that we are featuring on this Hangout, so that you can just click right over to it and check it out and favorite it, right?
Yes, please. And also, let me mention, the Etsy shop itself on each listing has a full description of each one of the products. And I list all of the ingredients as well as directions for use. And I also tell if there's like an age restriction or anything like that. But I also have available on the Etsy shop that anybody can request a custom product, in the sense that if there's something in the ingredient list, like I have a friend who's allergic to coconut oil.
Okay.
So she can't use any of my products that have fractionated coconut oil in them or the virgin coconut oil. So she will, request from me that I make her a special product without the ingredients that are allergens to her.
Holy shit,
I have another friend. I have another friend who's allergic to aloe, and it's kind of a random allergy, but I'm sure there's more than just her that has the allergy to aloe. So if you see something in the ingredient list that you it is a known allergen to you, just inquire with me, and if I don't know right off the bat what alternative ingredient I could use in its place, I will definitely look into it and figure it out, and then get back with you and discuss with you how quickly I could make that happen for you. Most of the products that are liquid are a lot easier for me to recreate custom than, of course, like the ointments, the butters, and the liquid aloha, for example, because those take a lot more time in the kitchen, for example. But I'm happy to entertain, any allergen out there and see what alternative I can come to. And the beauty of it is it teaches me, too, that maybe I don't have to use that ingredient. Maybe I can use something else that is really a non-allergy issue for most people. So it's really helped me to amend all my ingredient list.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a cool option. That's awesome. I love that. How nice of you. I don't know a lot of companies out there saying that. So, hey, so let's see. Oh, and we've got one other comment here. Mama Jenna, you must be nursing. You must be laying there under 1 or 2 babies. She said, can I just say how much I adore the Come On Baby blend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and actually I kind of skimmed over that one. I looked at it, but I thought, oh my gosh, how cool. If you're trying to get labor started, or if you're trying to, do something in that arena, to have something like that to be able to use is got to be awesome. She said, let's see, I was 1.5 weeks over with my second daughter and rubbed that blend on for several hours on my pressure points, and was in early labor at 8 p.m. Walking my older daughter to sleep, and had baby sister at 11 a.m.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's so awesome. And it's really neat. I think that particular bottle of Come On Baby Blend blessed a few households of our Mama tribe. I think it got passed around.
Nice.
Which was really cool.
That is
but
cool.
Yeah, the Come On Baby Blend, I wish I would have created that when I needed it. Because I was 3.5 weeks late.
Oh,
it was
honey.
brutal.
Yeah,
I was so late, and I tried everything under the sun, natural and holistic, to induce Malia in a natural way. And my midwife gave me so many different ideas, and homeopathics, and I even drank the dreaded castor oil.
Oh.
The worst mistake of my life.
Right.
But so after, of course, like I said, every product in my line is in response to a need of myself or a member of my family, and this was something that was inspired by my own 3.5 week late pregnancy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, Malia was like, don't let me out, Mom. I just want to stay in.
She was cozy, man. She was cozy in her little private jacuzzi. Did not want to move. But, it's a really nice product. It smells divine. And there are a few different acupressure points that if you can rub the essential oils in this blend on those pressure points, and then apply steady pressure, whether that be your partner or your doula, it really can make such a huge difference for you. And it tones the uterus, it gets your circulation going, and it can increase your contractions and help, get that birth going. So.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, that sounds nice. You said it smells good, so I think that that, along with what it can do, I've known a lot of mamas that we've needed to help along the labor, whether they wanted to. I mean, when it comes right down to it, it's kind of a mix of mom and baby readiness, but whatever we can do. I remember driving up probably like the third time to go see my sister, hopefully have her second home birth, and it didn't end up working out, but I remember rubbing lots of essential oils on certain pressure points, like trying to get this baby to come out. So the last couple of ones that I wanted to just kind of highlight, and I think these are both roll-on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the sleep aid, I really need that for my best friend in Europe, who still freaking takes Ambien almost every night to go to sleep. I just don't think that's healthy.
Not the most natural choice. Definitely not.
Yeah. He's actually coming over to the crunchy side, by way of just us FaceTiming and him seeing my life here and everything, and all the things that I'm doing. And it's kind of nice to have somebody who is totally not crunchy, but is willing to entertain these type of options. So maybe I'll get that and I can send it over to him. And maybe help him out. But the sleep aid and then the pain reliever, are those both roll-ons?
They are both in those handy little roll-on bottles. They're 10 milliliters in size. And the sleep aid, the Sleep Suite roll-on blend, I actually created for my brother. My poor brother, he's such a hard-working, awesome daddy, and he is the kind of person that keeps himself up at night, worrying about how he's going to take care of his family. And you know, building his own business right now. So, you know, as we all know as parents, it's a stressful thing, and he loses a lot of sleep over it. But he also will find that if he can go to sleep, he'll wake up at like 2 in the morning, and then he's up for the rest of the night until his alarm goes off. So this blend I created for him, and it's really awesome because it does come in the roll-on. So you can roll it first on the bottoms of your feet over your big toes. And I usually say if your bed mate isn't a fan of the smell, then keep it on your feet because it's furthest away from your partner's nose. And, you know, if they're not a fan of the smell, it actually smells really good to me. I don't have a problem with it, and neither does Matt, but, and neither does my sister-in-law, more importantly, because she's the first one to really use it. But yeah, so you can also, if you want some added areas to roll it onto, over your wrist, over your heart, behind your ears, are all really good places to roll it as well. And like I said, the smell is really nice. So once you put it over your heart, you're really kind of breathing it in, and then it will help you, you know, fall and stay asleep.
Nice. Oh my gosh. And I just was thinking too of another friend of mine, a mama friend of mine, who actually gets up at like 3 in the morning and then is up for the day, you know, and it's like she just cannot get a good night restful sleep. And of course she has 3 little ones, and you know, they've got the huge family bed, and so who knows what's going on with, you know, how the kids are sleeping, and maybe that's a lot of waking her up. But she could definitely use some, like, you know, some peace, some and some aromatherapy. So gosh, I maybe I'll have to get 2 of those. I'm pretty much just mentally making my list, and my husband's probably like, what the hell is going on here? I see my pocketbook getting all the money taken out, but it's okay. So just, we're going to kind of close up. Can you believe that we've pretty much almost been talking for like an hour?
I know. I mean, we could chat all day long though, girl.
You and me, we got together to discuss the show the other night, and it was like 4 hours later, we were just like, holy shit. But there were some other, like, that you have like a hand disinfectant, like hand sanitizer, a boo-boo spray. I know I've seen at some play dates recently that I think my girlfriend Jessica has it to spray it on. And I mean, there's something magical about when our kids are hurt and we have something in our backpacks or our diaper bags or whatever that helps them, you know. You know, when the bumps and bruises happen, the arnica gel, it's like takes that away just so quickly. So, you know, if you have an open wound, I think you can use the boo-boo spray on.
Yeah, it's mostly for like road rash, you know, if they fall and scrape their knee, and, you know, they're bleeding. It's a disinfectant. It's like a first aid formula. Nice. And also the brilliant thing about the boo-boo spray is it's awesome for bee stings. If you're not allergic. So if you're allergic to bee stings, definitely you need to get with your doctor and probably carry an EpiPen or something of that sort. If you're not allergic and you get a bee sting and you immediately spray the boo-boo spray on it, it will completely keep the swelling down and will keep the inflammation down, and it will really make it feel better, like the sting will go away. And it has some really nice purifying oils, essential oils in the blend that kind of help take the toxins out of the skin.
Nice. Yeah, I know I've seen that then a couple times, two different mamas, because I think it was maybe Katie Griffith. Her son had got stung by a bee at Jay's birthday party, and And I saw the little blue bottle, her take it out and spray it on. And then she had some other stuff that she was working up in her hand. I mean, it was just it's so cool to see. Like, I'm like sitting there like, okay, what is she using now? What do I need to get? And then my other girlfriend, with our kids are always, they're running and they're falling down, and, and these are the type of things that like mentally help them, physically help them. So, and get them back to running and playing. And you also have an all-purpose cleaner too, which I mean, everybody needs that, right? So.
Yeah, and that's really brilliant for, any type of surface. I originally created it for the nursery, even though, like I said, her nursery was a storage unit and a diaper changing station. But it was great. Like, I used it to spray down her diaper changing table. And then, as, she got older, I would use it for her high chair, and I would use it for, even just doorknobs and like for toys. A lot of times even today, if we have a play date come over and there's a younger baby or a younger child that's still putting a bunch of toys in their mouth, which is perfectly normal.
Yep.
What I'll do is after that family leaves, I'll take the toys that the baby was putting on their mouth and I'll just spray them down with my cleaner, and then I know that they're all clean and ready to go, so I don't have to worry about, Malia, if she were to put them in her mouth,
Exactly,
But you can use it for all kinds of things, diaper pails, high chairs, anything like that. It's a really nice cleaner, and it smells really good.
Cool. Yeah, I think I get a feeling that pretty much all of your products probably smell like so amazing. Probably bring back like smells too from like childhood of things that you like loved or something. That's what I get the feeling about your products there. So, so check out Jamelle's Etsy shop. I have the link up here. You can go right to the Etsy shop from the Hangout here with the little showcase that we have it should be on the right side. I know that through Google, if you're watching through Google Plus, it should be there. And I think that YouTube will link you to it somehow. But there's 26 products. We just talked about like, I don't know, a handful of them. So there's tons of other ones that we could do like a whole other show about. But, one of the things, there were a few that I had questions on. So you have a healing balm. Can you kind of just tell us a little bit about like what somebody would use that for and on?
Yeah, and it can be used on so many different things. It's the Balm Diggity. It's a petroleum-free, all-purpose healing balm. And the reason I created that is because I actually discovered that I'm allergic to Neosporin. Neosporin is a trifecta of very nasty chemicals. And so I recreated this product in a non-toxic fashion for me, in the sense that Neosporin and my body just do not agree. So you can use it like you would any type of an antibiotic ointment or a healing ointment. I have a girlfriend who is a chef, and she had just left my house and went straight to work, and she had a jar of it in her purse, and she took off the tip of her fingertip with her freshly sharpened knife.
Ouch.
And she freaked out and remembered that she had just bought it, so she ran to her purse and cleaned up the wound and then put a big old glob of it on it and put the little finger condom on her finger and went back to work.
Nice.
And so she called me the next day and she said, you know what, it's remarkable. She goes, I woke up this morning and took off, the bandage to clean it up and everything. She goes, it was already starting to like heal over. She's like, I could already start to see like the skin like turning white and like healing over and forming new skin. And it's so fast the way that it heals your skin. So it's great for any type of cut, scrape, wound, boo-boo, any chapped skin, any type of cracked skin. Like my husband gets really cracked heels. He loves putting it around his cracked heels.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need this one too. Well, and just the name, Da Bomb Diggity, like, oh my God. That's a great name. So, and then, oh, you have a few sprays too for like the after sun spray and then the after swim spray. So tell me a little bit about that one, because I'm intrigued. Because whenever we swim, I'm always like, okay, let's go jump in the shower if we don't have a shower where we're swimming. I want to clean the chlorine off of our skin, out of our hair, So what is the after swim spray?
So it's called Lil Swimmers Vitamin C After Swim Spray. And vitamin C actually has the ability of neutralizing chlorine. So when you go into a swimming pool, it's really best to first minimize your skin from absorbing the chlorine while you're actually swimming by putting on a natural emollient. For example, like the Liquid Aloha Environmental Protection Cream is perfect for that. And then when you get out of the pool, it's definitely great to shower off the chlorine, but have you ever noticed anybody in your life that's a swimmer, a regular swimmer, like the hair starts to turn green and they kind of have that chlorine smell about them? And that's because just a shower with soap and water isn't going to necessarily take the chlorine off. So you have to neutralize it. And you neutralize it with the vitamin C spray, and then you suds up just like normal and you rinse it all away. And the beauty of it is that you can keep it at home. You don't have to put it in your pool bag or anything like that. You can keep it at home, and when you get home and you're ready to bathe or shower, you spray your hair, all your skin, even your swimsuit, because a lot of times the chlorine will fade the colors in your swimsuit. You can spray everything down with the spray and then suds up just like normal, shampoo up just like normal, and then rinse it all away. And it will neutralize it.
Oh my gosh. There's too many things, too many products that I want, Jamelle. I'm up Schitt's Creek without a paddle at this point. Okay, I know that I said like 5 minutes ago that we're going to be wrapping up, but I want to ask you just like a few more questions. Okay. So you make all these products.
Yeah.
What do you use for yourself? Like for body lotion or oil?
I'm not a big fan of super creamy lotions. I'm kind of a sweater. I have a sweating disease. So putting like a thick cream or a lotion is just not comfortable for me. But I do like to moisturize my skin. And what I actually use is my Magic Carpet Tonic. And that's another name that you'll probably enjoy.
I actually think I did come across that one. I was like, yes, that's awesome. Yes, unisex after shave tonic, that one.
Yep.
Nice.
So what it was originally created for is that I get a Brazilian wax. And when I went in for the first wax, she took out this little bottle and she dropped a couple drops of this oil blend on my lady bits, and she says, okay, rub it in. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, my hands aren't clean. You got gloves on, like you rub it in.
Right.
I'm not going to introduce bacteria to freshly waxed skin. And so then after I got dressed, I said, hey, can I check out that bottle? And I looked at the ingredients, of course, and I noticed not only was it in a dropper, but I noticed that there was an essential oil in there that wasn't approved for use during pregnancy. And I said to her, hey, I bet you can't use this on your pregnant clients. And she's, how'd you know that? No, I can't. And I said, one of the essential oils in there is not approved for use during pregnancy. And I said, how about I take this bottle home? It was almost empty. And I said, how about I take this bottle home? I said, I'm going to recreate you a product that not only has essential oils in it that will achieve the same thing, but be safe for use on pregnancy. It will also smell good enough to use on your unisex clients, so male or female.
Right.
And I'll put it in a spray bottle so you don't have to ask your client to rub it in with their dirty fingertips. And she said, that would be brilliant. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I did.
Nice.
Brought her back in 2 bottles, and she now buys it off of me wholesale and uses it in her practice.
Dang, Mama, you're awesome.
So what's amazing about it is it has some really wonderful moisturizing oils in there. One of them being hemp seed oil, and it's so light, yet it's moisturizing. So that's what I use, and it comes in a spray bottle. So I get out of the shower and I've shaved my legs, or I'm even just, freshly out of the shower and want to moisturize, and I'll spritz my arms and my legs down and my torso and my booty, and it's enough moisture for me that I feel like I'm moisturized, but I'm not like goopy or greasy from a lotion.
Gotcha.
So that's what I use for moisturizer.
Okay, cool. I like that. Now, do you just spray it on and just kind of let it get kind of dry up, or do you actually like rub it in?
Oh yeah, no, I rub it in.
Okay.
And I actually spray my hand, and then and then kind of
gotcha. Okay. Because see, I used to be a big time like lotion, like I loved the smell of like coconut lotion. So, and then once I had Jay, I just basically, we used, in our home birth, we used almond oil a lot throughout the home birth. So I just started using that, and I actually don't mind like but I get like the stickiness and the kind of, goopiness, like, but I, sometimes, I mean, when I get a chance, just almond oiling all up, it just feels so good. Like you're, you're giving back to your skin. So I just wanted to know what you use. And then, what do you use to like wash your face and like moisturize your face? That's my last question.
Yeah, so I use a couple different products, but the one that I've been using for years is a Nutribiotic is the brand, and it's a facial cleanser, and it's a really simple product. The ingredient list is not long, and it's a nice. I have very sensitive skin too, so I can't have a lot of stuff in it. So that's what I mostly use to wash my face. Now, granted, I am a huge fan of my own human sebum, so I don't really shower that often.
Oh, yes.
I will probably shower every 3 or 4 days. So, when I do wash my face, I'm not using something that's drying it out like every single day. And then for my facial moisturizer, it's a new product that I'm actually testing out right now. I haven't released it yet, but I've been testing it out for the last few months, and it's a facial and hair oil. So it's got argan oil and jojoba oil in it, along with some essential oils. And I've been using it both as a facial moisturizer, but also to do my flyaways when I do my hair.
Awesome.
So I haven't even named it yet. Like, I literally have a piece of blue painter's tape on my bottle in my bathroom that says face and hair oil. So
nice.
So I'll be releasing that pretty soon, actually.
Well,
it's been a few months.
I'm sure you'll come up with the most clever name for that. It'll be awesome. I'm pretty minimal, and I used to be a Mary Kay girl with the skin regimen, and I actually used to sell it before I had Jason. So after I had him, I'm like, well, I don't want to use these products anymore because of all the crap that's in them, and then I don't have any time. So right now,
time for makeup.
I still don't wear it to this day. I mean, every now and then, but yeah, that's just like one of the things, like wash my face. And actually, though, I heard if you do shower less, then it's actually helpful for less of like a funk smell and better for your body and your skin and everything. I wish I could do that. I have to like not wash my hair every day, of course, but like just take a rinse in the shower and like kind of clean off the sweat from the day. But I would love to not have to do that, because I know it would be helpful. That's, you know, one of the things behind not washing ourselves so much, is it actually helps us. So good job for you for doing that. And who gives a shit whatever anybody else thinks about you.
Right?
So, all right, Mama. So let's really wrap it up. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I told you I was wrapping it up a while ago, but we can talk.
Yes, we can.
So one of the things that you were really excited about your products is that you are you for the whole line going soy free, or just a few products that you've changed over?
Yeah, there were a handful of products that I was using some ingredients that had soy in it, and there are so many soy allergies out there. And not only that, but I'm kind of one of those people that I don't know if I necessarily believe that organic soy even exists anymore. So it's been so heavily genetically modified, even though it can say organic on it. Like, I just don't know how much I believe that.
Right.
And not to mention the fact that so many people have soy issues. And on top of that, it is an ingredient in itself that is estrogenic. And it's just not something that I want in my line at all.
Yeah.
So the last product that I completely took all the soy out, which was really exciting, was the liquid aloha, because I was using a soy lecithin. And I was able to replace that with an organic sunflower lecithin, which is really exciting. And another thing that is in almost all of my products is vitamin E. And one of the most common sources for vitamin E is soy. So all of my products actually use a soy-free vitamin E. And it's also vegan. It's a vegan soy-free vitamin E. So yeah, I was just really happy to just kind of clear that allergen out of my ingredient list entirely. I believe that there are a lot of people that could benefit from that. And even if they don't have an allergy, just to not be exposed to it is not a bad thing.
Exactly. I mean, the less that you can do, you know, those hormone disruptors, the less the better. And, you know, there's a lot of people, I think, that have dairy allergies or just are sensitive to dairy. And then it's almost like parallel with soy that sometimes they don't even realize, you know, and then once you realize, then you start looking, you're like, fuck, soy is in everything. So then let's chat then real quick, because I know we talked about right before we went on that you wanted to give away something. So what do you want to give away? I want to win it.
Well, I would love to like raffle off a tube of the Liquid Aloha Environmental Protection Cream.
Sweet.
You know, we live in such a beautiful place that using a product like that mostly year round is pretty common. And we still have a couple months left of awesome weather ahead of us. So it can definitely be used. So yeah, I would love to raffle off a tube of that for Liquid Aloha.
Yay! Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to probably choose somebody randomly, maybe Sunday or Monday. We'll give you guys the weekend to watch the show. Favorite Jamelle's Etsy shop. That's one of the ways that you can you know, let us know that you want to be considered to be picked as one of the winners, and then leave a comment on the video here through YouTube or even through Google, because I'll be able to monitor those that you favorited the Etsy shop, and just leaving the comment about that, or leaving any comment. You can, please, we would love your comment or questions about the show tonight, because you know, with all the products that you have, Jamelle, we might have to do like a follow-up in a few months
Sure.
with some of your products we haven't talked about, or maybe stuff that you have, a new release on or anything.
Yeah.
So check out Jamelle's Etsy shop, favorite the Etsy shop, and leave us a comment on either the Google Plus video or the YouTube video for tonight's show, and we will get you entered. I also want to just bring up the link to Jamelle's A Wholesome Home Facebook page, so you guys can check that out too. Like her on Facebook. Like I said, she is posting almost every post gives a code for something to get off or something free, or you're just too generous in giving away stuff. So definitely check that out, and we'll make some posts, you and I, about what people need to do in order to win the tube of Liquid Aloha. I'll just have to buy mine since I'm not going to be able to win. And definitely we'll pick a winner, sometime maybe on Sunday or on Monday, and we'll leave some comments on some of the videos, and definitely, through my Facebook page and all the other social medias, we'll let you guys know who won. So thank you, Mama, for for giving that away. I appreciate that. And I know whoever wins will totally appreciate it. So, all right. So it's late. It's 9:30 where we're at right now, but it's hot as hell. Dang. Thank you guys again for watching. Really appreciate the support, and hope you guys have loved the show. I mean, I know you and I, Mama, we just love hanging out with each other. So we're having a good time. But I'm going to stop the broadcast here. Hang on with me, Mama Jamelle, and we'll chat in the green room. Let's see, the next couple of shows, I think that the show that I'm having next is with Dr. G, the prebiotic probiotic show. So yeah, check that one out. That one was canceled, my last show, but we rescheduled it to October the 9th. So check that out. And if you want to make sure that you're keeping up with all of my shows, then subscribe to me on YouTube. I would love that, so that you can get emails of when I do the shows, or emails of when I have a show scheduled. So, and I'm booking the next season right now of All Things Crunchy. So I've got some new experts, bringing back some old experts. I think it's going to be really fun. And of course, please always let me know if there's something that you want me to talk about. I definitely love to learn. I love to explore all sorts of topics. Anything crunchy, just throw it my way. allthingscrunchy@gmail.com, or any of the social media outlets. Just message me, leave me a post, whatever you want to do to reach me and let me know. So, all right, Mama, I think that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was so much fun.
Yay! Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming on. I'm so glad. I know it's a little nerve-wracking to get onto Google and to do these Hangouts, but they're really fun. So, all right, you guys. Thank you, Mama. I'm going to end the broadcast, but don't you leave. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks. And this is Mama Tribe After Dark and All Things Crunchy. Thanks, guys.